following is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com. Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com.
Inside run as we're going around and visiting with Central State 8 coaches, saying about their upcoming season and what's been going on in the past. I'm Joe Ryan, your host, and today we're joined by Chatham Glenwood coach David Hay. Thanks for joining us, Coach.
Thanks, Joe.
Been a long time. I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. I'm back over there in Lincoln. I don't know when it was. I don't know, early 2000s maybe or something.
Forever.
Like yeah, a long time.
Well, and that's where we're going with some of the questions. That's what we're going to start with.
Right.
How long have you been over here? Tell us a bit about your background.
This is my 30th year.
Wow,
I started,
knew it was forever.
Yeah, it is forever. I started here in 1994, which is the second year of the conference, assistant coach under Dan Rourke. Moved around from position to position, but I've always been here. I became head coach in 2016. So what is this, my 9th year or something like that? I'm very math skills, but it's about my 8th or 9th year, whatever it is, as the head football coach.
And let's talk about before that. Were you other places?
2 years. I coached 2 years as assistant at Kincaid South Fork, which is my alma mater. So football coaching wise, this is 32 for me.
Wow, 32 years. And you can't be 50.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I knew you've been here forever. And you replaced the legendary Dan Rourke, right?
Yeah. And I worked for Dan for 22 years as assistant coach, receivers coach, D-line coach, and different things. Yeah.
So I would tell you, I was always a Dan Rourke fan. I liked him, and
I like him too.
Yeah,
we spent a lot of time together.
I always liked.
We had a great group of guys. Him and Lynn Onken.
I would say you had Onken
and Vondo Edgar and all those guys that Steve Cox were there for all the way through most of those years.
And that you learned a lot from those guys.
Absolutely, learned everything I know about football.
And Dan was off in Texas, wasn't he, for a while or something?
Yeah,
came back
here from Plano, Texas.
Yeah,
in
Plano,
1993,
Texas.
First year of the CS8. And then I came in 1994.
And your the big year was 1998, right?
Yeah,
that was the
sure.
state championship
undefeated,
run.
Yes, no question about it. Yes, only state champ we've had so far.
Yeah, you were in again another time, right? You played for them.
2010. We red runner up to Lombard Montini, pretty dang good team.
The Montinis, they're good.
We were in the semis in 2019, quarterfinals several times.
Several times. It's always a class act. I always thought Chatham Glenwood. I'd love to watch you take the field. You spread out and take over the whole thing. You still doing that?
Yeah, take that side when we're done warming up on this side. So,
yeah, you take over the whole field when you do it.
Yeah.
I remember that. I remember I went over and Coach Rourke let me on the sidelines for the state championship game, so I just walked around. And,
I don't remember there.
And those guys.
It was a while ago.
You wouldn't remember. I just remember the game and how how well they played and got a state championship.
That was a great game.
You got some guys helping you coach this year, don't you? We're going to get to that in a minute.
Okay.
But that's 32 years.
Yeah.
How do you do it?
I got a really good wife. She takes care of everything during the season. She's busy. She's a busy lady, but she understands that when it comes to football season, she's got to take over. She works for real estate, and so the rest of the year she's plenty busy, especially in the spring when I'm less busy. And I got to take over. But
football's a year-round job, though.
Yeah. Oh, you better believe it. And so that's a huge thing. I couldn't do it without her, first of all.
And we spoke earlier about this. I call it the stadium. It was built in 2001.
Yes,
right?
I think we may have played our first season here in 02. The school was built in 01. I don't know if the field was ready. I think we did play at home in 01. And I think our first season on the field was 02.
Yeah, as I remember the old school.
Yep, and that's now the middle school. We have a middle school. We have middle school football over there, and they're playing on that old field.
And that helps, right?
Yeah, oh, better believe it. Yeah, I mean, the kids in our program start our program with our coaches, teachers, coaches in 7th grade instead of 9th grade, and yeah, that makes a huge difference.
It's a big deal.
It's a big deal. Yeah.
So now that you've been the head coach, tell us a little bit about what's your role on game day. What are you doing?
I bounce back and forth a little bit, but I am the defensive coordinator, head coach and defensive coordinator. Help with special teams, but I have a special teams coordinator too. I don't coach a position. I coach. I'm the flex guy.
You're taking it over.
I'm the flex guy. I might coach our hybrid linebacker, edge rusher. I might coach a Titan or the edge guys in there, but I'm kind of the hybrid guy when it comes to position coaching, but the defensive coordinator primarily.
Who's running your offense?
Trevor Landon. Trevor Landon got here in 2010. He then at some point in there did a stint as the middle school head coach running that middle school, and then came back up as my offense coordinator in 2016 when I took over as head coach.
You have some former players that are helping you coach, right? You got a couple of them?
Josh Atwood is our linebackers coach, and he's my special teams coordinator. Don't ask me on years. I want to say it's 07, 08 he played or something.
I can just tell you this. I remember coaching against him.
Okay.
And we would sit around and try to figure out where he was because we were running away from him. That kid was a stud.
He's one of the, I don't know what number he is in tackles, but he's on the list. So.
Yeah, he was tough.
Yeah. So.
For sure. So you do most of the defensive schemes. Is that tough to give up that offense to? I always want to be tough to be a head coach and not be in control.
I've
of the
always
offense.
been a defensive guy. From the time I got here, I was receivers coach for 1 year, and then I moved to the defensive backs for a good decade or so, and then I moved to defensive line. So I've been a defensive guy the whole time. That's my side of the ball. It's not a problem for me.
That's good. So you can get on them when you don't score enough points.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the reason we're doing this, Lincoln's been out of the Central State 8 for a while, and we're kind of just reviving things and get people to know who you are and what's going on. So over the past 5-6 years, how's Chatham varsity been doing, and how are your lower levels?
Well, we've been a playoff team every year since '03. So we're in playoff qualifier, which is very important. In 18 and 19 we won the conference. In 20 and 21 we finished third through those years. That's really good teams through there. So really consistent. We have great kids and we have great facilities, obviously, and all those things have some advantages. We're always looking to do more, advance in the playoffs, and looking for that next state championship.
Will you fall in 6A?
I think we're pretty solidly 6A. Yeah. We're growing. We have 136 kids in the program this year.
I was going to ask that.
Yeah, we have 40 freshmen. We have an anomaly of a sophomore class. We got 55 sophomores.
55 sophomores?
Yeah, it's kind of an anomaly, but those big numbers are coming because at the middle school right now we have 2 weeks ago when I started talking to the middle school coach, they had 90, and they're still coming in 7th and 8th grade. So we got 90 plus. I don't know what the number is now at the middle school. We're really growing. We're at 1480, I think, or something along those lines. We'll easily be 1,500 students probably in the next 2 years.
Oh, so you are growing.
Yes, we're growing again.
And your winning helps get the kids out, and you're being successful. Yeah, no, that's helping get them out.
Yeah, then that helps. That's if you were starting a program that's been struggling, that is the challenge. How do you win without the kids? And if you win, you get the kids. So we've been fortunate that we've been successful. Like I said, a playoff team since '03. That success is there, and that draws kids in. Also, our kids play a lot of sports. I know we're good. We're pretty good at everything. So we have baseball players.
Coach Mooney had that baseball program rolling.
Yeah, and Coach Erickson does now too.
Yep.
So we play all those sports and try to accommodate for that. It's tougher and tougher to do these days because kids there's so many sports seem to be year round, even in terms of competition. Sure. It's become an additional challenge, but we encourage it, and so I think we get those crossover players about as much as anybody.
That's good. It's great for them to be out for other sports,
yes, absolutely.
And it's great for them personally to be out for those sports.
Play as much as you can. You're
Absolutely.
Only a high school kid for so long.
Now, how many returning starters you have from last year?
Well, we got really it was 4 on offense and 4 on defense. A couple guys that started on defense are actually playing offense now, and there's some things that have mixed up there. So not a lot of returning starters. We've got mostly an offensive line. We returned 3 or 4 guys that got significant time. 2 starters, 2 other guys that got a little bit of time. 1 defensive starter moved over to running back. So, but we've got a lot of seniors in the offensive line. We got a lot of seniors in this defensive secondary. We have 24 seniors, which is a decent number, and they're doing a great job. They're a great group of leaders for our program. So we don't have a lot of on-the-field experience. We've got some older kids. So, and again, we have big numbers, so we're looking to use that.
Some all-conference players back?
No
all-conference?
All of our all-conference players were seniors last year.
You got some surprise players that came out that you didn't know that might be impact out this year?
No, I don't think I have any new, brand new guys out of nowhere. I think we're getting about everybody we can get at Glenwood to get them out for football. So no real big surprises.
What do you think your strengths will be this year?
I hope we run the football solidly. And Glenwood always run the football solidly. Last year we threw the ball more than we ran it.
Yeah,
we threw for, I don't know what it is. I'm not offensive coach. I don't have those stats at hand. Ready
I bet you know who led you in tackles.
No, I don't know that. Yeah, I do. It's Brock. Yeah, I do know who it is. I'm so moved on to the next season. We lost a lot on offense. I think Coach Landon was saying we only returned 12 receptions on the entire team, and we threw the heck out of the ball last year. This team will be more of a traditional 50-50 run-pass team. A much more traditional Glenwood type team, I think, is what they're going to turn out to be.
But you personally want to hang your hat on that defense, right?
Yeah, I mean, in a game, in a tight game, in a big game, they're both going to have to pick each other up. When a big game is going to go back and forth. Defense is going to give up a score. Offense needs to come out in the field, not go 3 and out and respond. Offense goes 3 and out. Offense turns the ball over. Defense got to go out there and pick up their back. So yeah, I'm a defensive guy, but I'm also a head coach, and I know. And you see those ebbs and flows. Each side of the ball's got to respond to help the other.
Yeah, very true. And can you put those pennies in those milk jugs anymore? They take that away from you.
No, that's still there. My wife's on that. They're in my garage. I got those in my garage. We get so many. I'll be honest. We get so many people out here anymore. You can't even. You used to be able to hear it. Just because now the school's bigger, you get a lot more people out here. This place is packed. It's just a dull roar now in the stands. But I hear those things in there. Those 14 pennies for 14 games are in those milk jugs. They're still here.
Great.
Yeah, if we had the 2,000 people with milk jugs, well, I think I'd be deaf. I'm getting old enough as it is not to be able to hear. So, but yeah, they're still there. It's not like the whole stands like it used to be.
And it's very cool here when this place is packed. I mean, and everybody here, it's a small college atmosphere.
Yeah, when all the stands are full, the visitor stand. We got nice big visitor stands that we're sitting in here today. And then you get people ringed around the outside, and they're tight on the field. It's a heck of an atmosphere.
Tight on the field. All the kids get down by the hill.
A lot of little kids down there on the berm, they're running all over the place, and you would come down that berm in the middle of them, they enjoy that. So it's a great atmosphere.
Yeah, it's all. It is. It's a great atmosphere. Throw out your conference favorite. Who do you think? We always put you on the spot. These are spot questions.
You can try to put me on the spot. I would say, I'd say the team that wins the most games is going to take the conference.
Oh, there you go.
Joe. How about that?
You know what? Very good.
Nice coach deflect answer right there.
Good answer.
That's good.
And what about who do you think will be a surprise?
Well, I think the whole conference might be a surprise. They were talking on the radio the other day about another. I don't know who it was, but how many not all conference players are gone. It's a big number. SHG lost a lot. We lost a lot. I think Rochester lost some big guys. I know that. Springfield did. And so there's going to be a lot of question marks, I think, in the conference this year, more so than it probably has been in a number of years.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
That'll be. I think you're right about that.
I think there's no question.
That'll be interesting. Well, I want to tell you thanks for taking some time and stop with me. I know you got a locker room full of kids trying to get locks.
Yeah, locker room day.
It's kind of nice to be over here, huh? You can walk real slowly back over to the school.
The worst days of coaching are football equipment pickup. Number 2 is drop off, and number 3 might be locker room day. So welcome to locker room day. So yeah.
Well, we're speaking with Coach David Hay, head coach over at Chatham Glenwood High School, perennial playoff team. And we wish you luck, and we'll see you sometime this year.
All right, thanks, man.
All right,
Appreciate
thank
it.
you.
The preceding program is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com.